I'm so glad. I thought I was going to catch you off guard and you'd still be in your underwear.
I was a second ago.
And then you just threw your clothes on real fast.
I know, that's why I wanted to. I was nervous when you were doing a monologue saying you had nothing to say. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get some new underwear. Let's get some
You don't
clothes
have
on.
to say too much. You can just hang out with me. There's nothing. There's a lot to talk about, actually. The last time you were here, first of all, I can't imagine the rate that your success has grown. You were how old when you first did the first Twilight?
21.
21. You're 24 now. So in that span of time, and there's been like 18 of them, right? How many have there been?
Yeah, I think they were like number 32 or something.
Number 32.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it's been like your entire life doing these movies, right?
It is, yeah. I don't know who I am anymore.
well, kind of. I mean, that's all. They're shot every 3 months. Is that right?
Pretty much. I mean, I've been trying to squeeze things in between, but I mean, yeah, it does seem pretty relentless.
And how do you go anywhere? How do you? Because I know you get bothered all the time. How are you able to like do things?
No.
No.
I don't do anything at all. Nothing.
But do you try to do things?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't at all.
Because there's an app that I heard about this morning.
I heard about this thing. I really want. Do you have it?
No, I don't have it.
Oh. I really wanted to see what it was. I was like, oh, that'll be helpful.
I don't. Well, you can download it yourself. There's an app. Is it called Find Robert?
I don't.
Where's Robert? And it's an app that they locate him like that's some kind of GPS thing. Like what?
Oh man.
What is that? So someone says he's here, and then everyone shows up wherever you are.
I have no idea, but I hope that's not the case.
No, but I heard that happened to you in a bar.
What with the app thing? That's how it happened.
That someone showed up.
Really? Oh man, I didn't know it was because of an app.
Well, that's what I heard.
So I can smell a court case brewing.
Well, so you took a road trip, right?
Uh-huh.
And went where? Like you were able to go into like bars without people knowing?
Kind of. We went into. There was a town called Post. I think it's in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Post, Texas?
Yeah.
That's small.
It's tiny.
Uh-huh.
And it's one of the strangest little places. I mean, I went to a ton of. Like, we used to go into. Whenever we got into a new state, we just search for the strangest or the scariest places in the state.
Safe.
And then, and then go to the like, highest crime rate in Texas or something. But like not Houston. What was I just talking about? Post. Yeah.
Yes.
Post was. It was a town where. Do you know at Christmas time when they play music in the mall?
Yes,
like,
I do
constantly?
know that. Yes.
The whole town had this playing. It was an abandoned town, just kind of a novelty western town. I'm probably being really rude now. It's probably not supposed to be a novelty town. Like, I mean,
well, I hope it's a novelty town if they play Christmas music when it's not Christmas.
Constantly. It was so scary. And and then I went into there was this tiny.
Wait, like out in the streets, like
in the streets. There's no cars. There's just music playing from speakers. It's a cool place, though. I mean, it was awesome. But there was this tiny little cafe.
How much had you had to drink?
It was more like this is a dream. Man. No, there was a little cafe which I went into, and it was the most overpriced sandwich I've ever had in my entire life. It's like New York prices. It was crazy.
In Post?
In Post, Texas, the one place. And there was also a remote control helicopter shop, which was the only thing that was there as well. And I bought a couple of those.
You were at the North Pole. You were. Seriously, I can't. Does anyone know Post, Texas? Have you ever heard of that? Yes? Someone knows it.
Really?
And so you know they do that?
They're very strange. Small town in Texas.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing how somebody knows
That somebody knows that. But that's where I heard you were when everyone showed up. And you thought it was because of the app.
Oh, no, that was in Lubbock.
Oh.
Yeah. Lubbock, I didn't realize, was like the biggest college town like in the world.
Yes.
And it was totally empty because everybody was at a game or something.
And then?
And then, yeah, I went to this bar and
they walk in and Robert Pattinson's in there.
Yeah, but also people didn't really realize. They didn't recognize. They were like, why would you be in this random bar in Texas? And also across the street from the campus as well. And doing karaoke. I mean, for about 7 hours.
You were doing karaoke?
Bar. Yeah.
What were some of your songs that you sang?
I was doing, me and a friend of mine were doing I Believe I Can Fly.
Great.
To like, and to like two lone jocks. No, Jesus, no. No.
All right. I would love to see that.
No, it was funny. There's a funny video I got of like my friend who was doing it. They were literally just two jocks in there with their hats on backwards and stuff, and they just did he was singing the entire song with me, and they just had their middle fingers up the entire way through it, and like literally sitting in the front row. It was amazing. It's one of the best days of my life.
Wow. It's amazing you got out of there alive, really.
We had a police escort out of there, which they're the best police I've ever encountered in Lubbock.
The Lubbock cops?
Yeah, they had
Shout out to the Lubbock cops.
I know, they're amazing. Like, if I ever see those guys again, I mean, we got stuck in the bar for hours and hours and hours because there was this big crowd outside and we couldn't get out. And the cops came in, by which point me and my friends had been in there for about 10 hours, so we're incapable of doing anything. And they just said, well, we think you should stay till maybe like till the bar closes, maybe a little bit after. Just keep doing what you're doing, and we'll give you an escort out. And I was like, okay, awesome. I mean, that's like, and so we kept staying in there doing karaoke, and then got into a cop car at the end and thought the cop was pretending and that we were being kidnapped, but it was actually a real cop.
And then took you where? Because your car was there, right?
Yeah, we were literally staying at a hotel next door to the place.
So he drove you next door?
Yeah, we had blocked off the street and everything. But I have this hilarious video on my phone where like my friend was recording it, and I'm giving this whole lecture on how he should be a lawyer, saying like, you know, you shouldn't be a cop anymore. There's something else in there. I know it. And it's going on the whole time, and there's this cop going like, who are these idiots I'm literally giving an escort to.
Well, what a great story for that cop to have, that he drove you. Where did he drive you, though? You said the hotel was next door.
We went around in circles. Lubbock's pretty small, and we went around in circles for a bit, and then but it was fun, though.
Then what? I mean, then when the crowd dispersed, he drove you back to the hotel?
Yeah, and they were like, where are you staying? I was like, none of us could remember where we were staying, and it was kind of completely lost, and it was in some random motel in the middle of nowhere, and he just didn't get it at all. But I don't think he knew who we were.
I think it's good that you keep working, because when you don't work, it's very dangerous. It sounds like you should always work.
Yeah, that was incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
That whole trip was very, very strange.
Yeah, don't do that again. I want to hear about the incident on, you were on set, and there was something involving me. It was actually not me, it was a piece of clothing.
Similar to another story I told you about, the windscreen wipers on my car not working. I don't know how to use a washing machine either. And so I kind of, when I run, I save your ones for like special occasions.
My underwear?
Yeah.
Thank you.
and so they very rarely get brought out, but I was doing the last Twilight movie, and I only had one pair left, and they were those ones. And I came on, we were doing this big fight scene, and like, for some reason, I think the shape of my body, my back is too long or something, so my ass is constantly hanging out. And like, this is probably not a very...
Is that why your ass is hanging out? We were wondering what made that happen all the time.
No, I genuinely think I have a few too many extra vertebrae or something. And like, every single shot, we were doing this big fight, and every shot has these Ellen underpants in it. And it came to the point where, like, you know, there was producers, like, calling up my agent and stuff, going, like, I don't know what he's up to, but I don't like it.
Like with some conspiracy theory of my underwear being in the movie or something.
I know, it's like they never questioned Fruit of the Loom before. It's
no,
like...
suddenly Ellen underwear can't be in there. Well, I want to make sure that you have plenty of underwear to wear, so we got you... For your